What was the weather like? I mean, as far as...
Well, in the Philippines, it rained every day. I don't think I was dry at all. Wet and muddy.
What did you think of, I guess, the officers that were in charge of you?
I thought they were really great. We had good officers. And we might have lost the war if we hadn't had such good officers. And they were good. I wasn't very long in the Philippines. I got wounded.
So you said they would send one guy up on the ridge to run to catch all the fire, and
he'd get up there and most of the time walk just to draw a fire. That's to see where your positions were at. Now, they were smart. And Japanese, they're fighters too.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were advancing. We was in Leyte, and we was in a battle, and I got wounded. A lot of guys got killed. And yeah, you can see dead American soldiers all over them hills. Japanese too. First thing I noticed when we got there, Leyte, see, they was going to move us up. We was going up there and relieve some battalion or division. And so we stopped by, well, big 8-inch gun. Man, that thing fired. Man, I jumped on my shoes. Got wounded. And they flew me out of there.
Carried back home.
Yeah, I went down to the mailbox and got the thing and said I was wounded.
From the War Department. He was home on furlough.
Yeah, they loaded us on a C-54 plane. They flew us from, let's see, when we left Palau Islands, we landed at Wake Island, I think, probably gassed up. And we flew all the way to
Wahoo?
That's been a long time ago, though. Seemed like we stopped at Midway, too. I don't know.
Midway.
It's been so long ago, I can't get on it.
Yeah.
When he was wounded, they took him to a hospital. It was a church, wasn't it, in the Philippines.
Yeah.
And did you ever hear of Lou Ayres?
Maybe.
He was a,
He was a movie star.
He was a movie star, but anyhow, he gave him a candy bar.
He gave me a candy bar.
Who was it again?
Lou Ayres.
When did he star in?
I do. You say what he's starring?
You said he was a movie star at the time?
Yeah, he's a big one.
So you, I guess in some of the movies I've seen...
He was over there entertaining the troops.
Okay.
That's why he was over there.
Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of celebrities that came over and did entertainment?
Yeah, Joey Brown and...
Did you see him?
Yeah, I seen Joey Brown. I never seen Baba Hope. He was there, though.
And then when he was in Hawaii, did you see Sophia Tucker?
Yeah.
In Hawaii. See, these are old movie stars that you never even heard of.
Oh.
You're such a kid.
Well, Lou Ayres, he was... I think I got wounded. And I was back there.
Yeah, he was in the hospital.
And I ran into him.
Well, he run into you.
Or he ran into me or something.
Well, you was only in the hospital over there 2 days, weren't you?
2 or 3.
2 or 3. But he never was stationed in Hawaii. That plane was stopped there.
Mm-hmm. Stopped in the hospital.
And when did you go to cryo?
After we left California.
So he was in cryo 8 months.
That's where I had that picture taken.
That's a Cleveland, Ohio.
They said, okay, you guys, we're going to take a picture day. You know, we was in our pajamas. And so all I got on there is that jacket. And my pants are pajamas.
So, when did you know when you got back to Ohio that they were going to let you go in 8 months, or did they just one day just say you can?
Yeah,
go?
I got out on points.
Points. So, how did can you talk about how the point system worked, or?
Yeah, I know it real good then.
You mean you got out of the service on points?
Yeah, you got so many points for being here and being there and everything. Yeah, I didn't get out because I got wounded.
Oh. Well, they said you couldn't. They didn't think you was going to be able to fight anymore.
So you're, I guess, pretty glad to get out.
Oh, I was tickled there. You had a kid. I was glad to get out.
So what was the first thing you did when you did get out?
I don't know.
Just take a couple of weeks to relax and.
No, 2 or 3 days when I was back to work.
Oh, you went back to work? Wow.
I had to make a living.
Mm-hmm.
I was married.
Yeah. Were you able to write a lot of letters back and forth, or?
I wrote every day.
I got a letter every day. He go. When I didn't get a letter, I watched the newspaper because I knew he was fighting. And
So how, were you able to receive letters every day?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, not every day. But if she'd write a letter, they'd save it, you know, if it was in combat. And then when we got back, we got all of them. I remember one day, oh boy, he was writing a letter. We was sitting in the New Guinea, second biggest coconut grove in the world. Coconut fell out of that tree, hit that guy in the head. He went back to the hospital for a few days, but he was back with the outfit then. Stuff like that. We always got a laugh out stuff like that. Now that's not fun to get hit with a coconut.
Yeah.
That's a great one.
Yeah.
He was sitting under that tree writing a letter to his wife.
Did you guys play a lot of cards or anything?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We I know one night we unloaded a lot of ammunition ships and stuff. We weren't fighting, we had to work. So we went back there and they had us unload ships and stuff. And there was this box, great big box, just full of candles. And we got it. Some officer said, "Let me look in there." He looked in there and seen them candles. He said, "Okay, go ahead." He didn't care. His candles.
what was he going to do with the candle? Did each tent have a candle?
Well, if he was slick enough to get away with them. Yeah.
Well, what were they going to do with them if they wasn't for you? What was it for?
Well, they burn them, played cards, write letters. That was their light.
Yeah, well, I tell you one thing. He's always been a swimmer. When he was young, he was a swimmer. I'll let him tell you about going swimming in the bay in Australia.
Well, that was
It was in Australia.
that's a good enough island.
Good enough island.
Well, the shark got after me.
Did you get away?
Yeah.
That's a good question. He said it got under him and raised him up out of the water. And it scared him so bad, he had to have help to get out of the water.
Well, there's always some guys in the service that's got a lot of nerve. And they seem to have more nerve than anybody else. Two of them guys come over and helped me out of the water. There's always some guys that's got more nerve than all the rest of the guys. You never know who they are going to be.